Without his helmet, he's mine.
The Marvel Comics universe is celebrated for its collection of female superheroes who possesses impeccable physical attributes and extraordinary abilities similar to goddesses. In this world of larger-than-life characters, artists often give their unique touch, creating variations in appearance. Yet amidst the ever-shifting art styles, there are certain heroines who consistently exhibit what can only be described as massive gains. Their muscular frames become an integral part of their popular imagery. In the Marvel universe, muscles do not always mean brute strength alone. No, here we witness a number of women who possess both the physical build and the superpowers to match. In this episode, we're going to talk about the top 10 beauties with beast-like bodies. Grab yourself a Monsters can, cause it's gonna be a long run. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. SheHulk, Jennifer Walters. Well, look who we have here. It's Jennifer Walters, the lawyer with a mean green streak and some serious family connections. She's the cousin of none other than Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. Family reunions must be smashing, right? But let's not get too carried away with all the family gamma. Our gal Jen had an encounter with a mobster who decided it would be a good idea to shoot her. Wrong. Luckily for her, Bruce stepped in and offered up a blood transfusion. Now you might be thinking, oh boy, she's gonna Hulk out like her cousin. Well, not exactly. She didn't get the full package of brute strength, but she did manage to keep her smarts intact as SheHulk. With her newfound alter ego, Jen set out to fight for justice both in the courtroom and on the streets. She's a real multitasker. And let me tell you, in her early Hulk days, she had a bit of that ill-tempered and violent vibe going on just like her cousin. I guess it runs in the family, but hey, at least she had a pinch more self-control, which is always a plus when you're smashing things left and right. But wait fellas, there's more. As time went on, Jen went through a major character development. She transformed into a fun-loving, kind-hearted, and empathetic woman who knows how to kick butt with a side of sass. Oh, and let's not forget her secret weapon, humor. Yep, she's got a knack for cracking jokes while she's busy saving the day. It's like fighting crime with a stand-up routine. Who said superheroing had to be all serious, right? Now, you might think that with all her beauty and brains, Jen would be as confident as ever. And you'd be right. She struts her stuff with pride, embracing her gorgeous self. But here's the kicker. She also appreciates the extra oomph that comes with her bulkier, more muscular forms. I mean, who wouldn't want some added strength and freedom? It's like hitting the gym without even lifting a dumbbell. Now that's a win-win. After a nifty celestial augmentation, Jen went all in on her more savage and muscular form. She's not one to shy away from embracing her inner beast, even if it comes with a side of power control anxiety. But hey, who needs control all the time, right? Sometimes you just gotta let loose and embrace the chaos. So there you have it, folks. Jennifer Walters, the green goddess of justice, rocking the courtroom and the streets with her brains, brawn, and a sarcastic sense of humor that'll leave you in stitches. Titania, Mary McFerrin, the petite powerhouse from the quiet suburbs of Denver. Born prematurely and overshadowed by her siblings, Mary sought refuge in the magical realms of fantasy books, yearning for a life beyond the humdrum. Little did she know that her ticket to the extraordinary was about to be punched. Enter the one and only Dr. Doom, the villain who was recruiting minions. Mary and her trusty sidekick Marcia caught Doom's eye, and he dangled before them a tempting offer, the chance to become superhuman. Oh, the allure of power and adventure. Without a second thought, Mary and Marcia threw caution to the wind and accepted Doom's proposition. Within the hallowed walls of Doom Base, the villain whipped out his bag of tricks, utilizing advanced alien technologies to mold and shape this young duo. And let me tell you, Mary's transformation was nothing short of spectacular. She sprouted up, gaining height like a beanstalk on steroids. Muscles appeared, bulging and flexing in all the right places, while curves emerged that could turn heads faster than a speeding train. It's like the human version of Pimp My Ride. Mary was gifted with an incredible dose of superhuman strength and durability. No more lifting weights or struggling with jars. She could handle it all with ease. Average? Ha! That's a word that no longer applied to Mary McFerrin. But here's the kicker, folks. The changes to Mary's physical form came with a little something extra. It had an impact on her mind, reshaping her thoughts and emotions like Play-Doh in the hands of a mad scientist. Tundra. The 20th century comes to a close, and guess what? The world is hit with a chemical and biological disaster. But here's the kicker. A whopping 95% of the female population is left barren, unable to bring new life into the world. But fear not, because out of the chaos emerges a new order. The remaining 5% of fertile women rise to power, and boy do they know how to turn the tables. They unleash a system of oppression against men. That's right, folks. The roles are flipped, and the gents find themselves on the receiving end of some serious power play. Who said comic books can't challenge societal norms. And right smack dab in the middle of this saga, we meet the one and only Tundra. Born in a high-tech laboratory using an artificial womb, she's not your run-of-the-mill genetically engineered baby. Oh no, she's a one-of-a-kind creation built for one thing and one thing only: strength and endurance. They pumped her up like a super soldier from day one, ready to conquer the world with muscles that'd make Hercules jealous. By the time she reaches the ripe old age of 18, Tundra is already the creme de la creme of warriors. The feisty femme fatale finds herself transported to the past of Earth 616. A little of time travel into the mix just to spice things up a bit. Well, in this new world, she joins the frightful four, rubbing shoulders with some of the most diabolical baddies around. But don't be fooled, fellas, she's got her own agenda in mind. It's a strategic move that'd make Machiavelli himself raise an eyebrow. There's more. In a surprising turn, our mighty heroine finds herself locking horns with none other than the Thing from the Fantastic Four. And you wouldn't know it, they become fast friends. It's like a friendship forged in the fires of battle. Thundra's escapades don't stop there. She's had more encounters than a cat has lives. From tangling with the bigwigs at Roxxon Corp to taking charge as the leader of the United Sisterhood, she's left her mark wherever she goes. And let's not forget the time she took on the extra-dimensional warrior king Archon. Further, Tundra, in her quest to secure her throne's legacy, starts searching high and low for worthy candidates to be her heir. Spoiler alert, she can't find a single soul that fits the bill. So what does she do? She sets her sights on the Hulk himself. Not to defeat him, mind you, but to collect his DNA samples. Yep, you heard it right. It's like a twisted episode of Maury Povich, Superhero Edition. So there you have it, folks. The wild and wacky journey of Tundra, the muscle-bound marvel with a thirst for power and a knack for turning the world on its head. Stunner. Angelina Brancail, the epitome of the quiet and shy outcast in high school. You know, the type, the one who always sat alone in the cafeteria pretending to be engrossed in a book while secretly yearning for something more? As Angelina grew older, she never quite believed she'd amount to anything. Depressed and lost in the abyss of mediocrity, she trudged through life like a snail in a rainy day. She then met Carolyn Traynor, a former student of the notorious Otto Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus. And guess what? Angelina managed to snag a job working for him. Dr. Octopus had a brilliant idea brewing in his brain. He needed a guinea pig for his new virtual reality machine, and guess who he picked? Angelina Brancail. So what happened next? Well, the test was a success. Angelina mentally created her alter ego, Stunner, a vision of beauty and fitness that she had always yearned to be. It's like she stepped right out of a virtual makeover session, ready to take on the world with her newfound powers. Stunner had bigger plans in mind. In her virtual form, she tried to resurrect Dr. Octopus after a nasty battle with Spider-Man. I mean, why not, right? When life gives you virtual reality powers, you might as well use them to play puppet master with supervillains. Now let's talk superpowers. In her Stunner persona, Angelina Brancail becomes a force to be reckoned with. She's got superhuman strength, endurance, agility, and leaping ability. It's like she traded in her timid existence for a one-way ticket to badassery. And here's the kicker. While her mind is chilling in the form of Stunner, she could still sense her surroundings in the virtual reality matrix. It's like having eyes in the back of your virtual head. So there you have it. The tale of Angelina Brancail, the wallflower turned virtual vixen. Sif. Let me introduce you to Lady Sif, the fierce and drop-dead gorgeous warrior goddess of the Vanir. Now her brother Heimdall, well, he had the exciting job of being the sentinel of Asgard's Rainbow Bridge. Back in the day, Sif used to have some epic playdates with none other than the mighty Thor himself. Ah, young love blossoming amidst the battle training. Sif and Thor fell head over heels for each other while they were still knee-high to a frost giant. Fast forward to the epic event known as Ragnarok, where Sif met her fate in a fierce battle against Thor's enemies. Those sneaky foes had weapons that were forged just like Mjolnir. In comic books, death is never the end of the world for superheroes. Sif was later revived and joined Thor in his exile in Oklahoma. Who knew the plains could be so exciting? With her brother's unfortunate demise, Sif took up the mantle as the guardian of the Bifrost. And when Thor decided to team up with Galactus to take on the fearsome Black Winter, Sif was right there by his side. As an Asgardian goddess, Sif has the whole package. Superhuman strength? Check. Superhuman speed? You bet. Superhuman durability? Oh yeah. She's got it all. And let's not forget about her teleportation skills. Sif can zip through time and space faster than you could say Bifrost, and she could even use her enchanted sword to hop between dimensions. But wait, there's a little more. Sif also has an ability called retrocognition. She could see past events that happened, like some kind of divine rewind button. Imagine being able to catch up on all the juiciest battles that went down before your time. It's like having a VIP pass to the ultimate superhero highlight reel. That was the tale of Lady Sif, the warrior goddess with a heart of gold. Red SheHulk, Betty Ross. Red SheHulk, aka Betty. She may have started out as a traditionally good character, but boy has she had her fair share of questionable moments, especially when it comes to her husband Bruce and dear old dad Thaddeus Ross. This fiery female version of the Red Hulk burst onto the scene when the Red Hulk himself assembled a squad of mercenaries, code Red, with one mission in mind: hunting down the Domino. And let me tell you, when Red SheHulk is on the prowl, things are bound to get explosive. She has an impressive array of superpowers. First up, we've got intellect. Yep, she's not just a muscle-bound powerhouse, but she's got brains to match. Red SheHulk is a master of espionage. She could slip in and out of the shadows with the grace and cunning of a highly trained spy. Up next is her marksmanship. Picture a bullseye and then imagine Red SheHulk hitting it every single time. She's got pinpoint accuracy when it comes to taking down targets from a distance, but her skills don't stop there. This gal is a master combatant. Hand-to-hand combat is her jam, and she could go toe-to-toe with the toughest of opponents. Oh, and did I mention her healing factor? That's right, she's got a built-in recovery system that would make even Wolverine jealous. Red SheHulk is a walking energy powerhouse. She can absorb and discharge energy like nobody's business. Need a power boost? Just give her a jolt and she'll be ready to unleash some serious havoc.
Without his helmet, he's mine.
Emma Frost. Oh, let's talk about the White Queen, Emma Frost, shall we? This high society gal from Boston had a rather interesting start to her mutant journey. You see, her powers manifested in quite a dramatic fashion when she accidentally knocked out her entire school with a mental breakdown. The ever-watchful Charles Xavier caught wind of her incredible psychic abilities. As she grew up, Emma ended up as a stripper for none other than the notorious Hellfire Club. Yep, she used her mind-bending powers to make men see whatever their hearts desired. But hey, it's not every day you see a mutant stripping her way through the ranks of an underground organization, right? The charming Sebastian Shaw himself took notice of Emma's talents and invited her to join the elite club. It was here that she embraced her new moniker as the White Queen. Emma Frost had more twists and turns in her life than a roller coaster ride. From working alongside Shaw to aligning herself with Magneto, she's been through it all. But the wildest turn? Becoming the headmaster of the Xavier School. That's right, the former stripper turned telepathic queen is now running the show at the prestigious school for mutants. Talk about a promotion. And don't let her elegant exterior fool you. Emma may not have bulging muscles or brute strength, but she's got a whole arsenal of powers up her fashionable sleeve. First up, we've got telepathy. She could tap into the minds of others, read their thoughts, and even manipulate their perceptions. But that's not all. Emma has a nifty little power called Psionic Shield. She could protect herself and others from unwanted mental intrusions. It's like having a force field for your mind. Oh, and did I mention she could remove those pesky mental shields of others? Yes, she could break down the barriers people put up and get inside their heads. It's like a psychic party crasher, but with style. There's more. Emma has a talent for mind cloaking too. She can hide her presence, blend into the mental background, and become virtually invisible to other telepaths. Emma has a knack for illusions. She can create mind-boggling illusions that'll make you question reality itself. You think you're seeing one thing, but in reality, it's all just a clever trick of her mind. Last but not least, Emma can even project her astral form. That's right, she can detach her consciousness and explore the astral plane. It's like a spiritual sightseeing tour, but with a touch of telepathic flair. Shauna the SheDevil. Shauna, the wild and fearless adventurer born in the heart of Africa. She is a diamond miner's daughter, and she spends her formative years roaming through the lush Zairian jungles. But life took an unexpected turn, and Shauna eventually made her way to the United States, where she pursued her passion for animals and became a licensed veterinarian. Oh, the creatures she cared for during her time as a zoologist. But there was one special leopard named Julani who captured her heart. Shauna became like a mother to Julani, nurturing their bond in a truly wild connection. Tragedy struck when Julani was shot and killed by a zoo guard. Devastated and fueled by her fierce love for animals, Shauna made a bold decision. She quit her job and embarked on a journey to Africa, taking Julani's cubs, Ina and Biri, under her wing. That's when Shauna truly embraced her wild side and earned the moniker Shauna the SheDevil. Back in Africa, Shauna dedicated herself to protecting the animal reserve from ruthless poachers. She stood tall as a fierce guardian, defending the creatures she held dear. But what exactly makes her the fearsome devil that she is? She possesses the strength of an Olympic athlete with muscles that can rival any champion. But that's not all. Shauna's agility and fighting skills push the limits of human capacity. She moves with the grace of a jungle cat, and don't let her primitive weapons fool you. Shauna is a master of spears, knives, and even a trusty bow and arrow. She's like an ancient warrior brought into the modern age, ready to take down anyone who threatens her beloved animals. She isn't just about combat expertise. Shauna is a skilled hunter and gatherer, channeling her innate connection to nature to survive in the wild. Moonstone, Carla Sofin. The devious and cunning Carla Sofin, a psychiatrist who took manipulation to a whole new level. Forget about helping her patients, she reveled in driving them to paranoia and playing mind games. But Carla's wicked ways didn't stop there. She set her sights on Lloyd Block, the notorious Moonstone, and saw an opportunity to seize his immense powers. How did she do it? By drugging him with hallucinogens and using her silver tongue to convince him to hand over the coveted Moonstone, a device of the alien race Kree. And just like that, Carla became the new Moonstone, ready to embark on a life as a super criminal. Carla, or should I say Moonstone, has been a regular member of villainous teams throughout her notorious career. From the nefarious Masters of Evil to the controversial Dark Avengers, she has dabbled in the company of some of the most infamous baddies out there. But let's not forget her stint with the Thunderbolts, a group that emerged during a time when the world's heroes mysteriously vanished after the Onslaught crisis. Under the guise of Meteorite, Carla was one of the founding members of the Thunderbolts, a team of supervillains disguised as heroes. Their mission? To gain the trust of the people long enough to carry out their nefarious plans of stealing sensitive SHIELD files. But what's with her powers? What can she exactly do? As a result of her fusion with the Gravity Stone of Kree origin, she has gained a range of incredible abilities. Superhuman strength, superhuman speed, and superhuman stamina. She's a complete powerhouse, but that's not all. Carla possesses the gift of gravity manipulation, allowing her to bend the laws of physics to her will. Furthermore, with her expertise in manipulating minds, Carla can weave a web of illusions and bend the will of others to suit her desires. She's a master at playing with people's perceptions. Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. The high-flying cosmic-powered warrior known as Carol Danvers, or as she's better known, Captain Marvel. She's not just any ordinary hero. She's a human-Kree hybrid with a whole lot of firepower. Carol's journey to become Captain Marvel started when she joined the Air Force, but little did she know that her life was about to take an intergalactic twist. While working as head of security at NASA, she crossed paths with the Kree operative Captain Mar-Vell. But fate had something grander in store for Carol. A mishap with the Psyche Magnetron machine resulted in her being imprinted with the energy of Mar-Vell's Kree negabands. And voila! Her dormant abilities were unleashed in a spectacular way. She soared into action as the mighty Miss Marvel, establishing herself as a vigilante and even joining forces with the esteemed Avengers. But Carol's superhero career didn't stop there. She embraced her cosmic heritage and became an ally of the X-Men, the Starjammers, and even the Guardians of the Galaxy. She's a hero with an impressive resume. Let's look into Carol's extraordinary powers. First off, we have flight. That's right, Carol can take to the skies with ease, soaring through the air like a true cosmic aviator. Enhanced physiology is another remarkable aspect of Carol's power set. Her hybrid nature grants her superhuman abilities that surpass the limits of ordinary humans. She's stronger, faster, and tougher than your average Joe, which definitely comes in handy during battles. But that's not all. Carol has the incredible ability to absorb and manipulate energy. She can absorb various forms of energy and use it to fuel her own powers. Think of her as an energy powerhouse. One of her signature moves is the Photon Blast, a powerful burst of energy that she could project from her hands. It's like a cosmic laser beam of pure force that could pack quite a punch. Trust me, you don't want to be on the receiving end of one of those. Carol's most impressive ability is self-sustenance. Carol possesses the ability to survive in the depths of space, holding her own in the most inhospitable environments. It's like having your own personal life support system. Marvelous verdict. In a world where strength is often associated with masculinity, these women challenge norms and redefine what it means to be powerful. They serve as inspirations to the audience, showcasing that anyone, regardless of gender, can possess incredible physical prowess and stand tall as defenders of justice. In conclusion, the Marvel Universe is blessed with a diverse array of female superheroes who shatter expectations and showcase the boundless possibilities of strength. They are role models, champions, and beacons of empowerment, reminding us that true power lies within, regardless of gender or physique. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.